Welcome to Basic Brewing Video. I'm James Spencer.
I'm Steve, windy as heck Wilkes.
It is windy today.
It's windy.
It's windy and the sun is right in our eyes, but doggone it, we're going to be out in it because it's 50 degrees.
I know.
After being, 20s and below for a long time. Our sympathies go with everybody who is still dealing with the winter weather.
Absolutely.
But we're going to take your mind away from it today by talking a bit about kegging.
Kegging.
But to get us in the mood, here's something that we're going to try. We got two cameras today. Ooh. This is a Spencer Trappist Ale, and I have to compliment them on the name.
It's a fine name.
It kind of makes me sad that I can't use this name. My own name.
Oh no.
It is made by St. Joseph's Abbey in Spencer, Massachusetts, and it is the first American Trappist beer.
Really? So what makes this the first Trappist beer? Doesn't Ommegang and other people make Abbey ales and things?
They are not Trappist monks.
Ah.
So they may make Belgian style beers, but this doesn't have anything to do with necessarily the Belgian tradition. They are Trappist monks
Making a Trappist ale.
making a Trappist beer.
So it's a little bit like champagne from California. It's sparkling wine,
Right,
but it's not champagne.
right.
Yeah.
So anyway, monks made that.
Monks made this.
And that was sent to us. We got bottles from Richard and from Rob, listeners in Massachusetts.
Wow.
So thank you. I'll salute with my right hand.
Yes.
Why don't you open that while I start talking about kegs?
This says we're supposed to pair with family and friends.
We got one out of the two.
And virtual.
So you pour, and I'll start talking.
I am poor.
So
You pour.
You pour. So what we have here is what's known as a corny keg or a Cornelius keg, and you're probably familiar with these if you've been around a homebrew for a while. If not, like Steve, you don't keg yet.
No, I don't.
I thought it would take you through. Now we talk a bit more about this and how to keg your beer, how to condition your beer in the kegs and all that in our DVD, Extract Brewing and Partial Mashing.
Yes, we do.
But I thought, what the heck, let's go through this. Now this is what they call a ball lock keg, and these used to be used by Pepsi.
Yep.
To put syrup in, right?
That's right. Yes, when I worked in the exciting world of fast food, these many years ago, this is what we get off the truck. The commissary truck would bring us dozens upon dozens of these things full of syrup, soda syrup. And so yeah, even though I don't keg and haven't messed with these in a long time, boy, did I know a lot about these things back in the day.
Well, they're great. They don't use them for soda pop anymore, but they do use them for homebrew. This is a ball lock. I believe Coke had the pin lock, what they call a pin lock.
Yeah,
those are not interchangeable.
Right. You're right, sir.
So ball lock means that you can take this thing and lift up on it and pull that off, and you can see that there are little balls, and they look like little bearings, the little BBs that lock the connection onto the little hookup there.
Little twigs and berries.
Post. Yeah.
Twig and berries.
My nickname in high school. Now, if you look, these have different colors.
Yep.
Gray for gas, black for beer.
Right.
These are not interchangeable.
This would be the positive terminal. This would be the negative terminal.
That's
if you're
right.
going to jumpstart your keg.
There you go. To put some spark in your life.
That's right.
So, and if you look on the top here, it says in, or sometimes it says on the side in, and then out. So the gas, the CO2 goes in there, and then the beer goes out that side.
Sound goes round and round.
Comes
out.
And it comes out here.
Yeah.
So anyway, here we go. We can take that off. Now this is your hose, and it's full of beer still. And what you can do is you can unscrew this part if you've got a little picnic tap like this, and there are bits and pieces outside in that you can take apart.
Yep.
And this also unscrews here on the top, and there are bits and pieces that you can take out. Now there are little bits and pieces that we're not going to show you on this. Keep them in order, because it's awful hard to figure out how they go back together if you don't know what's going on. Oh, by the way, let's taste this before it gets skunky.
Absolutely. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, That's delicious. I really like that. Good jobs, Trappist monks.
Cheers. It is, the other day when I poured another bottle, I poured a lot of the yeast in, and it had a lot more of the Hefeweizen flavor to it.
I got the cookie.
You got the cookie?
Yeah.
Does it taste like kind of a Hefeweizen
Oh,
to
yeah.
you?
Definitely.
But a good one.
But in a good way.
What were you talking about?
I don't remember. Just keeping something in order.
So, when you get a used one of these, there are some things that you want to check out and probably replace. There are some gaskets around the top of the posts that you want to replace. And a lot of times when you get these at your homebrew shop, they will be pressurized with CO2 to show you that they don't have any leaks in them.
Well, there you go.
So there you let out the pressure, and then you you degas, and then you can open this up like that, and then
Yeah.
there we go. And you take it out kind of like that. Now look, here is a gasket. If you're getting a used corning keg, you probably ought to replace that.
Now, can you get these at your local homebrew
Yes, you
establishment?
can, at your friendly neighborhood homebrew stores. And this one, I've had root beer in this.
Yeah.
Smell that.
Root beer.
So
Yeah.
this is the root beer only
That smell
gasket.
reminds me of Halloween. The little root beer barrels.
the little wax things?
Yes, that's my Halloween
There you go.
smell. Like a Foster Brooks.
Ode to Halloween. That's Steve's Halloween smell.
You are right, sir. Okay.
Now, what we are going to need to do, thank you, sir. Now, this is a Sears RoboGrip thing. Some of these have, on the connections, they have little indentations to tell you which is the in and which is the out. Some have little star-shaped posts. Keep track of those because, again, these are not interchangeable. Now, and this kind of thing is really handy for taking any shaped post off. So you be careful that you don't gnarl up your post there. I hate it when I gnarl up my post. You just take that out, and you see on this side you have a little dip tube. Little tube that is just for the air to go in, and you see it's got a gasket there too, so you
Sure
probably
does.
want to replace that.
Yep.
And we'll keep that separate.
I'm drinking without you.
Well, you go ahead. And then if you look, so you can see the gasket there, and then you can take a screwdriver or something like that and push, and it goes right through my hand.
Yeah.
And you see that comes out. And so
there's
that's
another.
Yeah, you could probably, I haven't replaced these yet, but maybe I should. But you see that little springy thing?
Yep.
That needs to be washed. And I just wash this stuff in dishwashing soap. And then I have something like a spray bottle of Star San sanitizer for the post stuff that I sanitize when I put it all back together.
Right.
Now, let's spin this around to the outside. And we'll do the same thing again. We're both left-handed. So, and you can see I have dishpan hands. I have brewer's hands here in the wintertime. Now,
palm olive.
you're soaking in it.
Soaking in it.
Now this is your dip tube for the outtake. Some of them are curved, this one's straight. Now if you look at the top, this one also has a gasket that you'll need to replace if you get a used one. But that goes all the way down to the beer.
Now, can I ask a
draws
question?
from the bottom. Yes.
You said some of them are curved, some are straight. Does it matter if you needed to replace your dip tube? Does it matter which kind?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I haven't thought about that, but I don't think so. I mean, this one, if you put it in there, it goes down to the bottom.
But that's what counts.
Yeah.
Anything that can confuse me will confuse me.
Well, I'm glad you asked that question because you don't keg yet.
I don't keg.
And so it's important that you ask questions because I take for advantage. I take for granted that everybody knows what I'm talking about. Now, if you look inside, you can see a little bit of stuff down on the bottom. there's no yeast in there because this was root beer and made from artificial sweetener. So there's no stuff on the bottom, but it's just a big container now.
Yep.
So now you can put cleaning, whatever you use for cleaning in there, whether it's PBW or whether you use Dawn dishwashing liquid or whatever, and you can shake it around. You can get a brush, a carboy brush, and clean it out. And then once you do that and you rinse it, you wash everything else, and I spritz the inside of the posts with the sanitizer, put it all back together in the order that you that you took it apart, and you might want to put the posts next to the things that you took out. You put it all back together. You put sanitizing solution in there. Then you shake it up, get it all sanitized for 2 minutes or whatever the contact time is. Then you hook it up to the CO2 and you force that sanitizing solution out.
Ah, okay.
So then you sanitize the inside of your dip tubes as well. And if you wash in a bunch of kegs at the same time, then you can use that same sanitizer in the next clean keg. You don't want to put it into a dirty keg, but if you've washed a keg already, you can just put it into the next keg, swish it around, hook up the CO2 to that one, put it into the next one.
Well, there you go. So you're being economic.
Yeah.
Economical.
Yeah. So there you go.
Well, that's...
Why you haven't got into kegging? Why have you not got into kegging yet?
I'm afraid that I will drink a lot. That's the real reason. I would just consider this a session.
There's something to be said for that. Seriously, because everything is on tap and it's like, just a little half of this and a little half of that.
But to more seriously answer your question, space is a problem at my house. In that I don't have a kind of dedicated place that I can keep a cold keg handy. So that's an issue. And that might be the biggest issue, really.
Yeah.
It's that just the way my house is set up, I just don't have that. My wife doesn't want me to decorate with a kegerator. I don't know why. If it was my choice, there would be no dishwasher. It would be where the dishwasher is. It'd just be a tap right there.
That's worth doing it all by hand.
So
well, that's what kept me out of kegging for a long time until I ditched the like dorm type refrigerator up in my studio space and replaced it with a kegerator. Where that can hold 3 of these things at a time.
Yeah, that's really the reason for me. But I'm like you. Maybe one of these days I'll just pitch it out, or I don't know what. We'll reallocate some closet space or something. But
well, you've got a son that's going into high school or into college next year. So
we can get rid of that toy closet,
or you get rid of that room. You turn that room into a sports bar.
Oh yeah. My new address.
Send donations to
that studio apartment I'll be having soon.
Well, I hope this helped you guys. We've got a lot of fun things coming up.
Yes.
So stay tuned. Until then, enjoy the beautiful weather if you've got it. If it's not beautiful, I hope it gets better soon.
And I'm sure it will.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Happy brewing.
Come and visit us on the web at basicbrewing.com. You can find archive lists of both our audio and video podcasts on homebrewing. You can also find our DVDs, Extract Brewing and Partial Mashing, Stepping into All Grain, Low-Tech Lagering and Decoction Mashing, Introduction to Wine Kits, and our Basic Brewing Brewer's Logbook, where you can track and log up to 50 batches of beer. Drop us a line. We'd love to hear from you. Write to James at basicbrewing.com, Steve at basicbrewing.com, or just use the contact form on basicbrewing.com.